my name is Ellen, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to play Fearless, Taylor's version, on the guitar. So here's a quick overview of everything I'll be covering in this tutorial today, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so you only need to know 5 different chord shapes to play through this entire song, and we're going to start with our D major, which looks like this and sounds like this. By the way, if you don't know how to read these chord charts you're seeing on screen, I do cover how to do that in my free beginner series right here on YouTube, so make sure to check that out right here. The next chord shape is our A major. We also have our E minor. Then there's our G major. Chord you need to know is our C add 9. And those are the only 5 chords to play through this entire song. So go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really memorize these chord shapes, as well as practice transitioning back and forth between them, because it'll make learning the rest of the song so much easier. And if this is a skill you're currently struggling with, I do have an entire Practice With Me playlist right here on YouTube where we go through this skill and build it up in real time together. So I'll link that in the corner for those of you who need it. But once you have this under your belt, then we can go ahead and talk about the strumming that I would recommend for this song. Alright guys, so as I always say, if you are a beginner at playing guitar, or you're somebody who struggles with playing guitar while singing at the same time, the first thing I would suggest doing is to bring up the song and go ahead and play through the whole thing with a single down strum on each chord change as you sing through the song. And you want to take this time to really get used to what word you're singing or what syllable you're on whenever those chords are changing. So here's a quick example of what that would look like. And I don't know how it gets better than this. You take my hand and drag me head first, fearless. Alright, so that's just a quick example, but you would essentially want to do this for the entire song and just really make sure you know what word you're singing whenever those chords are changing. And this is actually something you do right now if you check out my Patreon page. I do have this entire guide available to download and print out, so I'll make sure to leave that link in the description box for those of you who are interested. But once you've done that, then we can go ahead and add to this single down strum to make more of a full strumming pattern that you can use for this song. Alright guys, so for strumming for this song, you might recognize it as a Taylor Swift classic. We are going to be in an 8th note count today, and it's going to sound like this. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up. Alright, like I said, Taylor uses this in so many of her songs, so you definitely want to get this pattern down because you can apply it to so many of her songs. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to play this pattern through 1 time per chord through most of the song. So let's go ahead and start here and look at the verse. As you can see, we're going from D to A to E minor to G, and that's actually going to be like about 90% of the song is those chords in that order. So if we apply this pattern 1 time through per chord, it would sound like this. We've got D, down, down, up, down, up, to A, down, down, up, down, up, to E minor, down, down, up, down, up, to G. And so what you want to work on is connecting all of those chords together, so you have to make sure you have those transitions down. But it's fairly simple, and you can play this for most of the song. So without stopping, it would sound like this. We have D, down, down, up, A, E minor, G. You got it. There's something about the way the street looks when it's just rain. There's a glow off the pavement, walk me to the car. Alright, and it just keeps going like that. And like I said, this chord progression and this strumming pattern you can apply for basically the entire song. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chorus. There's going to be a little bit of a different part here, okay? So we're starting out the same with our D, down, down, up, to A, to E minor. Here on this line, head first, fearless, we are going to be changing these chords a little bit quicker. So what I would recommend doing is you want to just basically repeat the first half of this pattern for each of those chords. So for G, we have down, down, up, and then for A, we have down, down, up. Alright? So it's really similar to our full pattern. We're just repeating the first half twice to do it. So the chorus goes like this. We've got D, down, up, down, up, A, down, up, down, up, E minor, and then split, down, down, So that one little line in the chorus is the only place that's a little bit different with this strumming rhythm. And now the only other part I wanted to talk about with strumming is the bridge. These next two patterns I'm about to show you are totally optional. I think it adds and dresses up the song a lot, but you could also just keep going with the same pattern that we've been practicing. But basically, we have a line before the bridge. What I would recommend doing is going from the down, down, up, down, up pattern into a drummy, just like leading up to the bridge, you know, kind of pattern where we're just gonna go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right? So for that little break line, we have E minor, down, up, G, down, up, D, down, up. And then here on the last time you play A, I would just kind of drum it. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right? And that'll lead really nicely into the bridge. Okay, and so here, when we get into the bridge, another option instead of, you know, the regular pattern is you can do an all down strum pattern. So you would go down, 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 8 down strums. And what I'm doing is I'm accenting every other down strum. So we have down, 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 down. If you do the accents, which is where I'm just kind of emphasizing those strums, it kind of gives it a little bit more of that beat that you hear in the original song. All right, and if you do the 8 down strum pattern, we would just apply this one time per chord. So we have C add 9, down, 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 to D, down, 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 down. For this next line, again, we're going to change chords a little more often. So for E minor, you would just do half of this. Down, 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 down. Switch to your D. Down, 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 down. Next measure, G. Switch to A. All right. So essentially, I'm just keeping the all down strum pattern, but I'm kind of changing chords right in the middle of it. So the whole bridge would sound like this with our all down strum pattern. We've got C add 9 for a full measure, to D, full measure, E minor, D, G, A. You got it. Well, you stood there with me in the doorway, my head shake, I'm not usually this way, but you brought me in and I'm a little more brave. It's the first kiss, it's flawless, really something. And on that last line, I just did a single down strum for all of those. It's fearless. And then here, back to that first strumming pattern, okay? So this entire bridge with the all down strum pattern is totally optional, but if you want to, I think it really changes up the song right there and really brings itself to be a little more dramatic, like how the original song goes. But if you're comfortable with that down, down, up, down, up, you could apply that for the entire song, and that sounds really good too. All right, guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take as much time as you need to really get used to these strumming patterns. Like I said, that down, down, up, pattern is a Taylor Swift classic. She uses it in so many songs, so the sooner you can get that under your belt, the more you can play more of her songs. And I actually do have an entire practice with me strumming pattern video that goes over this pattern where we speed it up slowly together, so make sure to check that out. I'll link it in the corner for those of you who need it. But once you have these strumming rhythms under your belt, there is a fun little solo line that you can kind of hear throughout the song, and it's super easy to play. So I wanted to kind of show you guys how to play that tab. So let's go ahead and go into that next. All right, guys, so like I said, this little solo tab is super easy to play, but first of all, if you don't know how to read tabs and you're confused about what you're seeing at the top of the screen, I would recommend checking out my How to Read Guitar Tabs video first. It's a fun little interactive video I made on how to read guitar tabs, so I'll make sure to link that right here. But basically what I wanted to do was just kind of go through it with you and show you which fingers I like to use to play through this tab. I think it's the easiest way. So basically we're just using our bottom two strings, our B and our E, for this entire little solo tab. And so let's go ahead and start on our 3rd fret of our B string. I would recommend using your middle finger for that. Then you're going to go next door to the open E, and you're going to go back and forth twice. Then your index finger is kind of hanging out here, so we're going to use that to fret the 2nd fret of our E string. So we have. Good, and then you do that again. And then here, we're gonna use our ring finger to hit that 3rd fret of the E string. And then you take it off, and your index finger should still be there. So you're not taking that off. So we have. All right. And then next, same thing. And then here's where it changes a little. I would take your pinky and kind of stretch that out to the 5th fret relative to the capo on your E string. Okay. And then here we're just gonna do a walk down, so you can take off all your fingers. We have pinky, middle, 1st finger, open. Just a little walk down. 5, 3, 2, 0. And that's the first half of this little solo tap. So all together it'll look like this. Good. And then we'll just finish it out with the little second part here, which looks super similar. Again, we're starting on our middle finger on the B string. Again. That's exactly like the first half there. And then here, this is the place that's a little bit different. Again, we're gonna stretch with our pinky to the 5th fret relative to the capo on that E string, and then move your middle finger down to that 3rd fret. And then do that again. All right, so super similar to the first part. So let's go through that entire second half. We have. And these solo tabs kind of go throughout the entire song. I think it's like in the intro and the little instrumental breaks, things like that. So if we put both halves together, it'll sound like this. So if you have a friend to play with, I would recommend one of you guys do the strumming, one of you guys do this little solo tab. That's always really fun to do. But basically this entire section also is super optional. I just wanted to show you guys how you could play it really easily if you wanted to add that into your cover. All right guys, so again, go ahead and pause the video and take the time you need to get this little solo tab under your belt if it's something that you're interested in putting into your cover. This is a really super easy way to do it, and it sounds really cool if you layer it on top of some strumming. So definitely just pause the screen and practice this as long as you need to. But once you get back, we can put together all of the elements that we've learned in this video today to play through the song. Want to finish jamming out to the rest of this song with me? Yeah! Then make sure to check out my other channel, Forever Faithful, where I do have an entire play along for this entire song over there. I will link that video right here for you guys. Or if you're looking for something else to practice that's really similar to this song, I will link one for you right here. Thanks for watching. Bye.